Earning a full-time living on YouTube means the camera's gotta be rolling all the time in hopes that at the end of the day you got enough footage to create a story out of it. Well, today's video is a representation of what not to do. If you guys make it to the end of this video of 3 days of random you guys are weird.
So funny to see this. It always seems impossible until it's done. Right above the toilet. I am so ready to start my day today.
I know you guys haven't heard from me in a few days, but I've been inside the paint booth with Dan just trying to gather footage for him and the company that he works for. It always feels so... What the hell? Chrome, what are you doing? How deep it... Bro, your pocket is like a giant woman's purse. It's got never-ending... Really? There's more stuff? You need a bag, bro. But at least I showed up at a company video shoot with a real camera, and ooh, did it ever feel so good. I kind of felt like a pro. Speaking about professionals, Dan is a custom car painter, and this is a piece of artwork that he painted for a charity. Guys, look at this shot. Just so damn crisp.
What's up, you guys? So that's my buddy Dan, aka Triggerman Paint. You might have seen him in yesterday's video. He's ordering pizza because me and him are a little bit starving. I had a huge plan today to vlog all day long. Well, today is just about over. The sun's going down outside and I haven't turned my camera on at all. I've been filming videos with him and for him, but there was somebody else in the shop here earlier, so turning on the camera, the guy was working on that lowrider car frame over there, and he didn't want to be on YouTube, so I didn't get a chance to film anything.
Chrome.
Yeah.
You want jalapenos on it?
I'm in for jalapenos.
And some jalapenos on the house.
That's a tequila too.
This video's kind of all over the place. Trust me, guys, later on in the video we actually talk about solar. I know, but I thought I would include all of this stuff because my days, these last few days, have been all over the map. So why not share it all with you exactly how it happened? Man, did I have a great time with Dan. Alright, we're done in the paint booth. I didn't film as much as I wanted to yesterday. I was planning on vlogging the whole day. That didn't happen. We got really busy. We were in the shop until about 9 o'clock last night. So just came back down to Vancouver. I really got to clean my cooler because I was pulling beer out of my cooler last night and the beers were slimy. So I got to do that. I'm going to pop in and get some groceries. And I went and checked my mail in Vancouver. There's some cool stuff in there. Let's go. Let's go take a peek. That's the problem, getting in the back seat of that. Ooh. First piece of mail I got is from Brian Calhoun. And you made me cry, by the way, Mr. Brian. I opened up the first one, and the first thing I see is a big sticker that says, "Your wings were ready, our hearts were not." Disco Forever with his time of death on it. Exact same time you guys always keep seeing on my hand. Right there. Brian, this was so incredibly thoughtful, and I'm going to be hopefully rearranging my back door anyway because I have another Disco Memorial piece I need to put on my back door. So, yeah, I'm going to put this on that back door because that's dedicated just for Disco Brian. This was, seriously, I cried my face off. He's been gone for a year now, and it breaks my heart sometimes to know that he's still in other people's hearts, which is so beautiful. And also, Brian, thank you so much for the little coffee thing here and all the weird shirts. Some of these won't fit me, but they're funky and cool. Thank you. And the little pocket knives. The little pocket knives I got. These are awesome. And I got this other, it's in the front seat. I got this other little flip blade knife, which is going to be my primary box opener from now on because it was cool. These were like awesome. Look at chicken leg socks. I'm totally gonna rock these chicken leg socks. You can guarantee that one.
This care package is from New Zealand, from Nama Heather. So cute. And a postcard. We got quite the little care package here. We got some New Zealand tea towels. There's a good color for the van. Thank you. Oh, this is cool. Oh, some New Zealand magnets too for the door. I'll put them on that door. Look at that. Awesome. These are awesome. So someone sent me this little fruit bag the other day, and yeah, these are more. Totally cool. Actually, this big one I could probably use as a reusable shopping bag, but there's some songs. These are awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, and also Phyllis Gross, or is it Gross? Anyway, thank you for the card, by the way. Okay, I gotta go get some groceries. I wasn't even supposed to be turning my camera on today. My plan today was to just like unplug from everything and catch up on some sleep. Being on your feet all day, holding the camera, trying to get creative views, it's a little tiring. I am having a hard time piecing this video together. This is day 3 making this video, and today is just about over. The sun is already starting to go down. So I just got to finish this video because there's the clips of mail time which need to make it into a video anyway. So we're just going to polish this one off. So bear with me in today's. Hopefully this wasn't too weird being kind of scattered all over the place. So we're just going to end today with telling you guys about a project that's going on in my van right now. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with solar and what I want to do with my solar. I've been going through a bit of a process trying to figure out where I'm going to put these things. So because I never planned on adding solar to my van, and well, here it is. Now I got it. So I'm trying to find a creative place to put these things because these are two pretty big pieces to find homes for when I really don't have an open wall just to mount all my electrical on. So here's some thoughts that I have. Along the side of my cabinets here is this front plate. That's where all my switches and stuff are here in the front. Behind here is where my battery is. So I have room to put 2 batteries, and it's always a good idea to find space to expand your system. And that was the point of this, is to have a place where I could add a secondary battery. You never know where the future of your van goes to. If you have room to expand, it's great. So throwing in a second battery is really no big deal. But the problem I'm having right now is like, I don't know where to put these solar control units to keep it all into one nice confined area without running cables all over my van. Then I'm like, okay, how can I do this to make good use of my space? So I have 2 very convenient places to mount these units. One is right on the front side of here. I have this great big gap behind here, which would fit my inverter just nicely right there. Boom, done. And back here, right beside my bed, I could mount that. Kind of separates the units but keeps it nice and clean. And then if I put my solar charge controller there, I can put my solar through the roof here, comes down to the charge controller. But then is it a good idea to run from my battery to right here for the charge controller and then run a 5-foot cable back to my batteries over here where this is? Is that too far apart to put them? Is that okay to put them? You know, that's my thing right now, is I'm trying to find a place to put all of these which looks pleasing to the eye. You don't want these things mounted like right all over. And I ponder that, just making it easy, slap it on the wall, move my batteries over there, put them all in the same place. But for right now, my battery storage over here is just perfect. They're secure, they're safe, it's an amazing little area. Then I thought about, well, what if I decide to get rid of one of my battery storage areas and only use one battery with no room for expansion? That is a possibility. It's a pretty tight space in there. If I were to do the electrical in there, I'd have to pull my front seat out just to even get in there. But that is definitely an option in that area. But making things very tight to run wires and run cables and get everything all in one confined place, because I still have to put a couple of bus bars and stuff in there to distribute the power to certain areas. And that's just making things awfully tight. So I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. Do you have any suggestions on this stuff in my van besides obvious, obnoxious places like right in your face? Like right there. I kind of don't want that thing sitting right out in the middle of, I mean, I could. I just don't know if I want to. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep things looking clean. So having this stuff out of sight is kind of nice too, you know? So anyway, I don't have the brain power to think about this right now, nor do I have the brain power to plan this project. I just do know that sometime extremely soon, I need to figure out where to mount these. I'm not worried too much about the install. I just need to find a place to make home for these. So another option is, and I don't know if I like this option, is removing my curtain. All this stuff here, peace out, bye curtain, which means it would leave this big open area up here to mount my charge controller, right there above my headrest. And then my seat has to go back, it never sits as far out. Then I can put my inverter down there and my electrical inside of here. But then I couldn't have the curtain there because you can't put this in front of those powered pieces because these double curtains there would just like, they wouldn't breathe. They would just get way too hot. And then what I would do is, well, because I would lose my curtain, I would no longer have a blackout curtain. All this stuff would be gone. I would have to do window coverings for my windows. So when I'm sleeping at night, I have to put up my front window treatments, which wouldn't be Reflectix. Well, it might be Reflectix, but it would have a black material on it. So from the outside, it'd just be a full-blown blackout. I've seen some really great ones done where it actually looks like a fully tinted window instead of it being like, oh, that looks shady. I've seen some really nice ones done, and I might beg Joseph, Mr. Mustachio, to sew up the edges on there so they look really good and professional. Please, Joseph. Hey, what's going on in here, buddy? It's a little crazy, isn't it? It's a little crazy. When my seat's back, there's a small gap in here, just enough to get my curtain through. But if you can tell on the bottom down there, if you look deep, I don't know if you guys can see that back there. That's where my circuit breaker is for my my power that's coming from the front of the battery. So there is some room back here to put some electrical stuff on here. And if I mount my inverter down here, I think I could make this area work. I like the idea of putting blackout things on my front windows and not having this curtain, because this curtain, it kind of gets in the way, and I'm gonna have to change the material on it because, come on man, his dog hair is all over the bottom of these things. That and all of this stuff has to come out one day. Well, apparently it's already come out of the hole over here. Oh man, today is just not my day. Oh my gosh. These curtains are destroyed anyway. Like, these things have gotten ripped over the years. These are my original curtains. But these things are gonna have to go, because if I ever put a swivel seat in here, I can no longer have this curtain. This would all have to be shoved in over there anyway. So, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. As you can tell, there's a lot of little different processes that go in when you're making a decision like where to install electrical components. Because you got to think, are they in a place that's easy to access for repairs or problems? Or does it have enough airflow to keep the components cool? So these are things you really need to think about. So never rush a project like this. Even though right now I want to get these things mounted and out of my living space, because come on, that's the box with my solar pieces, which are now sprawled out on my bed. But things are not in a place where I could live. They're in my, look, come on, I'm sleeping with those things right now. First it was my solar panels, now I'm sleeping with that box. We need to get these things mounted and at least out of my face anyway. But it's gonna take some time, and I think I just might have to rip out that battery, rip out what I do have for electrical now, take my front seat out of my van, and get a really good look at that place behind my seat before I make this decision. I know I probably shouldn't have made this video going through my thought processes right now because my brain can't even function for myself, let alone think about a project like this. But, you know, guys, it's nice to go through this process with you guys. It's nice to just throw these thoughts out there because I have no plans on getting that installed today, tomorrow, or the next day. I am in no rush for this because I still need to buy a bunch of things. I still need to buy some fuses and probably some bus bars and a few other little things. I need to buy the entry thing so I can put the solar through a proper entry thing. I don't know what they're called. They're like a little box with a whatever. I still need to buy that and stuff for the roof, and then I need to plan out all my wiring and buy all my wiring. So it's still going to be a fairly big process. Right now I'm just running some thoughts with you guys, so thanks for being patient with me. And if you made it this far in the video, guys, thanks for watching just everyday shit. Oh, guys, I'm done. I'm done. Day 3 making one video, and it's not even a cool video. I'm out. These ones aren't very enjoyable for me to make because there's no meaning to this. None. Just rambling and hanging out with you guys, and I very much appreciate that. I love it that we can just like spit out stuff. And that's all today was. Okay. I gotta go edit this video, get it ready for tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have a nap afterwards. I'll probably have a beer during the editing process. Okay, guys. Ugh. I highly suggest getting one of these stools. One of those things that people just send you that were like, thank you.